Hello everyone, hope you're all having a good day. It's a beautiful day here in southern Indiana. Riding with my brother today. He has the Honda Goldwing trike. We're riding some beautiful roads, still seeing a little bit of fall color. I am the youngest child of 5 children. There's quite a bit of age difference. I have 3 brothers and a sister, and my mom and dad waited 5 years after the last brother was born before they had me. So my brothers and sister, they all took care of me and spoiled me, I guess you'd say. But this brother here that's in front of me, he's the reason I ride motorcycles. He was the wild child of the bunch and always rode motorcycles and rode them wild. He rode on the back wheel more than he did on both wheels. But when I was probably 7 or 8, my dad got me a mini bike, which a mini bike back then was just a little metal frame with a lawnmower motor on it. And you couldn't keep brakes on those things because a lawnmower motor, it never idles down. It just like stays at this speed. And so you wear the brakes out pretty fast. So then the only way to stop them is to drag your feet or jump off. And I used to do both. But when I first got it, I was scared of it. And I wouldn't ride it. And my brother here in front of me, Tom, he kept trying to get me to ride it, and I wouldn't do it. I was scared. So one day when I got home from school, got off the bus, we lived on a big hill, so the bus let me off, at the bottom of the driveway. He had left it sitting there, leaned up against a pole. He'd been trying to get me to ride it every day, and I just wouldn't do it. So that day I decided I was going to ride it. And I got on it and took off, and I never looked back. Been riding ever since. Bikes just got bigger over the years. But those were fun times. We lived in the country and we were raised kind of wild. We pretty much did whatever we wanted. And I can remember I always rode my brother Tom there's motorcycles because after the mini bike, I think I traded it for a Sears scooter, which looks kind of like what they ride now, the mopeds. But I don't remember what happened to that. But anyway, after that, I didn't have a motorcycle, so I always rode my brother's, and he had a 250 Honda. I think it was an XL. They were a dirt bike. Big old heavy thing. And I rode it all the time, all over the place. He just let me ride it whenever I wanted to. Now, I was little, probably 8, 10 years old. And I couldn't reach the ground. When I stopped, I had to jump to the side where I just had one foot on the ground. But my brother was really into hill climbing. We had really big hills around our house. So he would make paths up them. And that 250 Honda would just go up anything. So guys would come from all around on their motorcycles to try to outdo my brother climbing hills, which none of them never could. But I remember one time there was 4 or 5 guys showed up, and they was going to climb one of these big hills that he had made. And so we all got there and ready to go. So he surprised them by hollering at me, and I came over and he picked me up and put me on that 250. And away I went up that big old hill. He told me what gear to put it in and what to do. And away I went. And those guys, I think, were like standing there quite amazed. But those were fun times, and I have scars all over my legs from it. But I didn't always make it up those hills. But he taught me how to lean it over when I wasn't going to make it. lean it over on its side, and then work the front tire around to get it to come back down. So, and back then, you know, we didn't know there was such a thing as motorcycle gear and helmets and boots and all that. We were in the country, we were poor. I rode with shorts and flip-flops. So you can imagine I was pretty scarred up. But I loved it, so I didn't care. We didn't have helmets. We were lucky. But anyway, this is fun riding with him again in some beautiful country. But yeah, he's the reason I ride. He got me started and taught me everything I needed to know. So anyway, I'll get off of here for a while. I just wanted to check in with everybody and see how everything's going and let you know I'm still riding. It's a beautiful day here, and it's 68 now, wind tip. It was 72 earlier, and it's pretty warm. I actually wore too many clothes. But I'm afraid these days are numbered, because it's going to start getting cold. I think next week we're going to have some colder temperatures, so I'm dreading it because I really am enjoying riding. Not ready to give it up, which we'll still have warm days occasionally. All winter long we'll have warm days once in a while where we can get the bikes out for a day. But right now we're just enjoying this day, so I will get off of here. Talk to you soon. My brother's following me now. You can see him in the mirror, taking turns leading. Dang, that looks like Louisiana. Alright, brother's in the lead again. We're looking for a monument. It's the Great Ohio River. He has been to the monument before, but I haven't. It's he says it's something about a boat that sunk, and some people died or something, and I don't know. But we're gonna find out. If we find it, I'll read the memorial. Ooh, this is a pretty drive, though. Guess that's it right there. Okay, this is a Civil War Memorial Grave, 1865. On August 21st, 1865, the steamer USS Argosy number 3 was caught in a storm, blown aground, and her boilers exploded. 10 fatalities occurred among Union soldiers returning home from war service. They were buried in a mass grave 1/2 mile from Magnet. Okay, and so there's a guy, you said, with our last name?
Third one.
John McDaniel. Our last name is McDaniel. 1865, that's amazing. So we're leaving the memorial, headed back toward home. My brother had something he needed to do. Woo-wee! Sharp curve. Boy, that would be beautiful over there if all those trees were color instead of brown. So now we're on a road that we don't know where it's going. I've never been on it before, and I don't think he has either. Pretty nice road though. It was a beautiful ride, but it's time for home now. Almost here. My driveway's a little bit tricky. It's hill and gravel. You can't tell how steep it is on this camera. Alrighty then, I hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to y'all soon.